Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards.
And
I'm
he
Captain
is
Foley.
Captain Foley.
I am. Sorry, I knew there was something I had to say there, and I was waiting for you to,
Who am I,
jump in.
Stuart?
Oh, you're the infamous Commander Cock.
And this is a trailer we're going to discover because they could not just drop one, they dropped two trailers. Last event, San Diego, we got three images and a little bit of a panel that was about 6 minutes. This time, New York Comic Con, we got a full trailer for Discovery Season 3 because they've actually filmed some stuff now. When we were at Vegas, they were literally about to go film the first three episodes when it comes to the bridge crew and such, but they've already been filming Sneakwa and this new book character for a little while. And so here's the trailer with clips to show now. So Stuart, what did you think of this Discovery Season 3 trailer?
It was a little lackluster, not super long,
It was half the length of the Picard trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it kind of gave a good feeling for what season 3 is going to be about. The future of the Federation, or lack thereof, perhaps. And I, it's too early to really say much, but I did enjoy seeing this. It was nice to see something from Discovery, and hopefully, I mean, we saw some familiar aliens and things in this trailer, so hopefully we get some good stuff in season 3. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, my hope is that with the regime change for Picard, that seeped over to Discovery as well, saying, oh, look, the fans resonating with this, let's actually make Discovery Season 3 a bit more fan-friendly. My biggest concern about this storyline, which is going to the future, is that while we got glimpses of the future, 20th century time cops, so we knew the Federation was alive, we didn't get a sense of the universe that they lived from, just, peaceful classic Federation, then we got the Temporal Cold War, but that in itself can mean anything. Once you show the future, then that is then set as canon. But we know Discovery is absolutely terrible at this sort of canon stuff. And so if one writer decides, oh, we're going to kill everyone in the Federation, Vulcan's destroyed, Andoria's destroyed, Teller's destroyed, and we're like, oh. Huh. That said, and I said this on our live yesterday, the fact is, how many times, the fact that Endgame happens changed the future. When Michael Burnham goes into the future in 2350 something, she goes to the future of that point in time. Every time they change the timeline after that, the future they go into no longer exists. So this is not the future. The future's always in flux. This is just the Discovery future. This is in no way the actual Trek future because just Endgame changed 30 years. So you can't rationalize this as being the official future. Because if you say this is the official future, then you're saying that time never gets changed at any point. And then you're devaluing like 36 Star Trek episodes and movies. So it doesn't make any sense. So we know this isn't the future, this is a future. Although we know that like Trek Core and Star Trek.com and CBS will say it's the future, although I think you can easily argue it's just not. That said, at least they're doing something new. Something interesting. And it looks less and less like Star Trek, but more and more interesting because they're doing something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And what do you think of my time travel rationale there? Because it came up in the live last night.
Yeah, devaluing a bunch of different storylines that have already been established in Trek is not a great idea, but it's kind of what Discovery does. So who knows? Could be there's only one future. And there's no matter what you do to change what you think might be the future, you're actually doing what you're supposed to do to get the future that's supposed to be.
But it's funny, they already changed the future once with Control. So they've already done the whole we can change the future really easily. So we know the future's not set. So again, even their own show tells us this isn't,
I know.
It's
we could do a whole live literally on this time travel discussion and and all the instances of it and just but anyway, no, there's actually some good visuals in this episode or this trailer actually, and it's pretty clear storyline wise. I think they kind of laid out the whole roadmap for season 3 already just in this trailer, just the way it's set up. Where it starts with Burnham waking up in the Red Angel suit, I don't want to go into too much detail because we're going to cover it in more detail later, but and apparently she's on her own for a year. The Discovery has to find her. Discovery finds her. We find out the Federation either no longer exists or exists as like a kind of clandestine thing because with the way the flag comes down, the guy's like, I've been waiting, and it so something happened to the Federation. we do see a bunch of different species we already know and love. We got a Morn species, we got an Andorian, we got a Cardassian, we got a bunch
The
of other ones.
Cardassian was great because he looked brilliant. He looked absolutely top 10. I think they have also tweaked the Andorian makeup to be a bit more consistent. Well, there's more variations of, obviously there's more than one dude, so obviously you're going to have that, but they look a little bit more refined as well, close to the Andorian classic, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, you got to think too. It's 930 years in the future, and
Well,
if you're mixing with other races and species, there's gonna be changes to how they look.
well, this is the joke. The things they changed in Discovery just because this is the show they could change them just because. Like if the Discovery Andorian was the future Andorian Discovery, if the future Andorian was what the Discovery Andorian looked like without the Andorian from Discovery, we'd be like, ooh, that's a cool new future one.
Yeah.
Same with the Tellarites and the Klingons, but whatever. They're very, but isn't it funny now? This trailer, the way it's filmed, the way it's the tech we see in Discovery, it now just feels like Picard. Like this looked identical vibe wise to Picard, the tech and the style of the tech, and even just the way the phaser looks like the buildings of Picard. Because it was built as a visual reboot. It now just feels like a Picard trailer extension, even though it's meant to be proto tech going into the future. It all feels like one homogenous thing, which is a problem when you jump the shark and just do your own thing, irrespective of what it should be. Whereas normally, Enterprise and Imperial Darkly, they went to a back in time ship, and it looked more, it looked different. There's a vibe difference. That said, there were Trill.
Yeah, and the Trill pools that we see in DS9. So that's going to be rather interesting. Probably a way of passing information or communicating would be my guess.
We've also got and the I actually really like the flag. I think it's a really good looking flag, and the fact there's only 6 stars I like, because it implies that basically it all got taken down, and I've only got a few worlds, and
Yes, but it's a simplified version of the UFP flag, and of course there's a few that stand out on the UFP flag. There's the original ones, right? Earth, Tellar, Andoria, Vulcan. So I wonder if they're all the same there, or if something shifted. Is there no Vulcan because of JJ? Oh, good God. Anyway.
I'm calling it now. I think that guy's a hologram.
I'm looking at his picture, and when I watch the trailer, each time I'm like, he looks digitally de-aged or something. He doesn't look quite right. But yeah, a future version of a hologram would definitely explain that. I never even considered that, but I just thought they de-aged the actor for some reason. Maybe he's older in a different part of the show, and this is a younger version of himself.
That's cool.
Like a communication. Because something looks a little off. It's that uncanny valley thing with the face for me. I'm like, it looks plasticky. So
It's because the guy says I'm waiting every day, and if this is so far in the future, either the Federation is so small or it's literally non-existent, except, you can't store every base, every location. So, I can imagine Burnham tracking down a signal, and she walks in, and, it's the mega ultra future. Of course, if there's a power generator working, they can have a full hollow people maintaining it. They've got full hard light ability with the hollow emitters because of Doctor, obviously. And, these guys are keeping the flag going. It's like, well, one day, living people will come and help us, but until then, we're going to keep this last Federation facility up and running, and that's why it kind of has a clean vibe, and that's what I get from that, which I think is great. I don't mind the idea that the Federation went away in the context of that, if there's some fun tech approach. I mean, it's meant to last a million years, it'd be nice if it had just been continuous, although you could obviously say they just went underground, like there's all these Federation colonies. Because, the galaxy is quite big, and I'm sure we colonize the Delta Quadrant and the Gamma Quadrant. It's absurd to think all the Federation is gone. We thought the 1910s were gone, then we found the planet with the guys with Tommy guns and hats. It's never really gone somewhere in the galaxy. Obviously, I'm joking slightly, but,
Yeah. No, it seems like there's a... See, I don't know if the people running after them with the guns are the Federation or... It's really hard to take this trailer and actually do much with it as far as speculating, because there's just so little here, really. Some good visuals, though, and things like that, so I got to appreciate that, but...
And I'll call out my favourite moment, apart from the Cardassian, because he doesn't look like he was changed too much, because he shouldn't be. Or, well, he could be now, but he shouldn't be, just let him be a Cardassian. What I like about this trailer is the second shot, which is the Burnham time jump, where he shows 3 different haircuts. Although, boy, she took a long time to do her hair in the third one. I mean, that takes a while to do. I guess she's bored, but... Oh, yeah, you got tech as well. But, I mean, it's like looks like a high-maintenance thing to do. But, Michael Burnham is one of the weaker parts of Discovery. Always has been. But having a 1-year time jump allows you to just change the character. Especially being alone or having her own adventures. She can now be more like the actress, Nuka Marden Green, who is a lovely actress who is very friendly and bouncy and energetic, and Burnham is the worst side of the actress. She's not interesting at all. So having a time jump could really enhance the show and kind of give her a soft reboot, and that I think would be the best thing for the show. Because all the characters stand on their own shoulder, they stand reasonably fine. To the most time they give them. Little being the bridge crew, most being Tilly and obviously Stamets. So Tilly just became comic relief. But Burnham, they did a soft reboot for Burnham. But this, I think, you can't have a year alone and not change you as a person. So I think, although I'm confused by how many times you see it in and out of different costumes and haircuts, because she's only had like 6 different haircuts in the show's history, and they're very distinct.
Well, that scene is actually one of my favorite scenes from this trailer as well. Just because she looks so good in most of the scenes, like she's got her makeup done. It's like, if you're alone, why are you doing your makeup? I mean, if I was alone for a year with no chance of somebody showing up, I probably wouldn't get dressed half the time. I just, just covered in Cheeto dust.
All that said, those that go to prison work out because they're bored.
Yeah.
So you can also be your best self in prison,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Self-improvement.
Yeah. But I can imagine there's going to be two two alternate storylines, because we had cutting to Kronos in season 1 didn't quite work, but if we see a time jump, I'm expecting, like, you can't have 4 episodes without the Discovery crew because it's just the Burnham show, which it really is, but that would be weird. So I'm guessing we're going to see, like, Burnham for the first half of the first episode, and then the Discovery comes out, and it says 1 year later. It's like, what? Or and then you'll see two different stories as Burnham shows us the backstory of the world we're in through her existence. Then the Discovery crew, we see them go out on a mission in their weird garb and they're on some sort of market or something. They're trying to discover it themselves, but Burnham's already part of this new world and already knows things, and then they'll meet up at the middle to do the actual plot, and now Burnham knows everything, and la la, and at the end they do. So I think that's going to be how they kind of have a fun time with it. And then you can imagine it was kind of like Arrow as well, with flashbacks, and that you see Burnham in a full Discovery uniform with the full oldest hair, so no show gets back with them at some point. But I can imagine as the season goes on, we keep having flashbacks, and she does dark things and she does things that she shouldn't do, but she's trying to be herself with the crew, and hey, I'm back in uniform, but I've had a year, and no one knows what she's been through. So could be quite fun.
Could be indeed.
But we've said that every time.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's kind of our initial thoughts on this trailer. I'm sure we're going to break it down in more detail on one of our live videos. Plus, we have other shorter videos coming out about specific things. So stay tuned for that, guys. If you don't want to miss those, make sure you're subscribed and click the notification icon. Don't forget to like this video, share it with anybody that you think will enjoy it, and by all means, leave your comments down below. What did you think in generalities about this trailer? Because like I said, we will be covering specifics in future videos that you can comment specifically on.
And of course, join the live super chat, support us on Patreon, support us on PayPal, via our website, buy merch down below, or buy Eagle Moss via the code Trekyards. You save money at checkout. Lots of cool things. Or just keep watching, because we have a lot of cool stuff about these things. Stuff you probably didn't notice, stuff with comparison renders and such. It's worth seeing. So come back and join us for another Trekyards.
That's right. So until then, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Coggins.
See, I remembered my part there to say my name.
Well done. You're learning. Good job.
What do I say now? Oh, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.